Let me share this link real quick. Okay. So I'm live. Yes. Okay, guys. Let's talk some questionable calls by the ref this weekend's fights. First of all, we had some really interesting fights this weekend. We had a very Puerto Rican based card this weekend in Indio, California for in Fantasy Springs. Yeah, Fantasy Springs is Indio, California, right? Anyway, we had a Golden Boy Promotions card on the zone. That was a Machado versus Canseco or Canseco versus Machado, which was the rematch. And then we also had Acosta versus Soto. And then we had some other fights that were also from Puerto Rico, but there was only one guy from Puerto Rico that actually won. Give me a minute. I have like lipstick. I just ate tacos. So my lipstick is like all over the place. Let me get back a little bit because I think I'm scaring you out too much from like being here. So let's get started. So in that fight, I specifically want to mention the refs' decisions. I want to make this video solely on my opinion on the referees and their calls this weekend. In that card, for the Fantasy Springs card on the zone, we had Acosta, Angel Acosta, right? His name's Angel, who was actually the champion. He was the current champion. He lost his belt to the Mexican. I don't know his first name. I know his last name Soto. But what was the Mexican guy's first name? I feel fucked up. He's now the champion, and I don't even know his name anymore. Or I don't think I ever knew his name. I knew his last name was Soto. Acosta stoppage. Exactly. See, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that thinks that. I know, like, we're not like refs, and we're not there to see what's going on, or we're not there to see, their eyes or if they look lossy or whatever. But in my opinion, I think that fight not only shouldn't have not been stopped because Acosta was the champion and he deserved to go out on a knee or just get the full count, but literally every late every late fight stoppage is controversial. 12 round stoppages are even more controversial because of the same thing. But I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fight being stopped. I think Acosta, even though he had been down previously in the fight, and this was the second time hitting the canvas, I do think that he didn't appear extremely hurt or wobbled. He was stunned and he was against the ropes. And I do believe the ref should have made sure first that one, he was going to hit back, because I thought that was a criteria. Again, I'm not a ref, so what the fuck do I know? But I thought the criteria was give them the count, especially if it was a champion. Like, give him the fucking count. And then make sure if he's coming, give him the count. And if after the count, you ask them if they can come forward. If they can come forward, then you choose whether you stop it or not. Or if they're like literally just like this or taking too much punishment and you can't, you feel like they're getting just hit and they're not hitting back, that's when you stop it. But the ref just stopped it. And I know people are like, oh, well, he was getting heavy blows. They're both getting heavy blows the whole fight. For the entirety of the fight, these guys were literally going ham on each other. It was a very toe-to-toe war. It was a very phone booth style battle. So I don't see the reasoning behind stopping the fight that late on. I feel like Acosta should have gotten the benefit of the doubt and let him finish the fight. It was only like a minute left, or a minute and a half left in the round, in the last round, and he was ahead in all the scorecards. Every single scorecards he was ahead, regardless of being down in the fight before. So I thought that stoppage was bullshit. I was specifically annoyed at that, especially again because Acosta was a champion. So I didn't like that. I thought that was very, very sketch. Now the one I don't necessarily think is bullshit was the main event. Cancio versus Machado. I know that some people were complaining about that because basically Machado did get up. Machado did get up before they counted up to 10. He literally got up at 9. The rep was like 9 and he like got up. I think because he didn't get up enthusiastically enough. I guess maybe that's what caused the ref to just wave it off. And at first, Machado didn't seem like he was complaining too much about getting stopped. He didn't seem to complain about it. But post-fight in an interview, as we saw, he was not happy that the fight had been stopped. He said that he got up before the count. And again, I get it. Like, he did get up before he counted up to 10, but he literally got up last minute, and he didn't look enthusiastic. He didn't look like, I mean, I'm pretty sure no one's going to be eager to get up and get fucking hit in the face again, or in the body in his case. But, you know, there should have been oh shit, no, don't worry, I'm up. Look, I'm here. I'm fighting. You know, but he didn't look enthusiastic getting up. He didn't look like he wanted to continue. So that, I know some people were complaining about that stoppage too, but to me that one seemed fair. And I'm not saying this because Canseco's Mexican, okay? I'm just saying because literally he didn't look enthusiastic. Yeah, the guy, and I was going to that one next, actually. I was going to the guy that Rigo was fighting. So today Rigo fought, and it was a bit sad that Rigo didn't even get any promotion. He, you know, ever since he fought Lomachenko, or he lost against Lomachenko, he has kind of been, even though this was his second fight since his fight with Lomachenko, he hasn't been getting the same promotion. This was a guy that was in the top pound for pound list, is now fighting in undercards that no one mentions, and it's really sad to me, but he's actually was fighting what was the guy's name? Can you remember what the guy's name was? Because I honestly, I was doing the podcast with Beat the Count podcast. I was filming with them today, and we were watching it, but I don't remember the guy's name or his last name. I don't remember his name at all. Hold on, let me go. So I don't remember his name, but I did see that Rigo had put him down previously too. Rigo had actually dropped him earlier in the fight, but it was all like flash knockdowns, or like, you know, he was just stunned but not necessarily severely hurt. So he did get up way before the count to 10, and the ref said come forward, and he did come forward, and then he still waved off the fight. Why am I right here? So I thought Julio Ceja, there you go. He was up on the cards. I had no idea he was up on the cards. Honestly, again, I was doing the Beat the Count podcast, so we were watching it without sound. But I had no idea he was up on the shit. I wish that's what it was. But yeah, we were watching it just without the sound because we were doing the podcast. But I didn't know he was up on the scorecards. We weren't just watching it the whole time, but I thought that was BS. That guy didn't look hurt. He didn't look wobbled. He didn't look stunned. His eyes didn't look glossy. And he got up before, you know, the count was over. He kept shaking, he kept nodding like, yes, I can continue. And when the rest had come forward, he came forward. And they still waved it off. I'm just like, what are the refs doing right now? Like, doing some weird stuff. And then for the main event, Charlo versus Koto, that was what that ref did, minus the stoppage, should have happened in this fight, because Koto was down. I believe it was an over right hand, or was it over left? I don't remember. But Koto was down. I think it was a right hand. I think it was an over right hand, but I don't remember. But Koto was down, and he literally went down sideways, so like this, and the ref, he counted, he got up, but his hand was holding on to the ropes, and instead of telling him like get off the ropes and walk to me, the refs literally like he took his hand off. And then he's like, all right, he like pulled him. He literally pulled him. He literally grabbed him and like guided him back to like the middle of the ring. And it's like, you're supposed, that part to me was like, you're supposed to get his hand off first, because he was hanging on to the fucking to the rope. So it's like, get him, make sure he can stand on his own, because he's obviously being held up by the ropes. Make sure he walks to you, and then once he walks to you, ask him if he wants to continue. Make sure that he looks right at you. No, he's just like, come on, let's go, like a fucking mom dragging their little kid to church. I'm like, bro, what? And then literally just 1-2 out again, and out cold, because he was out cold. So I'm just like, what is up with these refs this weekend? Because literally three of those fights that I mentioned four, shouldn't have been stoppages. And I know I get it. People are like, oh, well, they're trying to protect the fighter, and they don't see what we don't see what they see in the ring. Maybe they are actually getting more punishment, but we just can't see it over the screen, but they just look sketch as hell to me. Acosta was out of it for some seconds. Acosta, yeah, but he wasn't like he was dropped earlier in the fight, but to me he didn't look like he had been taking punishment the entire fight. I feel like the least he could have done is give him another, like, let's be generous and give him another like 10 seconds just to see how he's gonna react. Obviously you can step in at any minute now, because like literally wait, because to me it's like wait it out because he's a champion. Like literally wait it out and see if he doesn't throw any punches back, stop it, because he's not, if he we all seen it when guys get stuck against the ropes and they're just getting pounded on and pummeled, and then the ref's like, okay, you know what I mean, but in my opinion, that's just me. That's why I wanted to get on live and see what other people thought about it. But to me, it's like he was a champion, and he was already taking punishment the entire of the fight, and he was giving punishment to the other kid. Well, what a chin on Soto. Goddamn. He had never been down before in his career, and I can fucking see why he's never been down before. Fucking chin on that guy. Because they're both throwing fucking blows. I know they're like smaller weight classes, of course, but still, those motherfuckers look like they were punching each other pretty hard. So I did think like they were already taking blows. He was already taking blows the whole fucking fight. What's another, like, let's say again, let's not even say finish the round. What's another 10 seconds for you to see if he is gonna punch or throw back or come back? I didn't like that. And that is a perfect example. Fucking Bradley. Yeah. They fought at the StubHub, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's and that's the perfect example. It's like lately I think it is, I mean, because of the whole thing with Adonis, we don't want to see no fucking fighters fighting for their lives outside of the ring or get like really hurt. But these stoppages have been really stupid to me this weekend, and I hope it doesn't stay. I hope it doesn't persist. I hope that these refs kind of make better decisions. Sorry por decirte que si era la hermana del chango. I mean, if you're calling me a changa, then just tell me that. Because, shit, I don't mind. But yeah, I just wanted to, because I had very strong feelings about it. I had very strong feelings. It's what, like, I feel like it fucks up the fight for me a little bit. Because I'm like, Acosta should have still been champion. I'm not saying that Soto didn't put up a great fight. Again, amazing fight. So it was like a really good fight. They were trading heavy leather. Acosta had been down before. So it was like a really good fight. But then that just leaves you with like, ugh. Like, I don't know about that. Same with the Rigo fight. Like, that fight especially. That shouldn't have been stopped. I don't know why. And give these guys also like their respect. Both of the fighters. Give the contender a chance to figure out if they're gonna, give them a little bit more time. And then give the known guys some respect, because this is gonna fall on them. After all, this is gonna, now people are gonna like. I mean, people don't like Rigo sometimes, but this is gonna look bad on Rigo. People are like, oh, fucking Rigo is that he shouldn't have won. Same. It reminds me of hold on. It reminds me of Ward versus Kovalev, the second fight. I'm not the biggest Ward fan myself, but I think they should have let Ward finish Kovalev. Kovalev was basically gonna be done. He had already gotten to the body. He had landed him like an overhand right to the face, or was it a straight right? I don't remember. He had like fucked him up in the face real good that round, and in the body real good too. So it's like that. I know. Yes, there were low blows. Yes, I'm not saying Ward didn't low blow Kovalev, because he did, but just I didn't like that stoppage because yeah, he did. He really did. But it was still a weird stoppage because he literally got hit in the nuts. I know people love Ward, cool, but he hit him right in the fucking dick. So He literally hit him in the dick, and Kovalev didn't go down. He didn't look hurt, wobble. I mean, hurt because he got punched in the dick, but he didn't look like devastated, like just on. All he did was crouch over, and he literally grabbed his balls, and he's like crouched over like that, and Tony Weeks just waved it off, and it's like, why'd you wave it off? Like, if he's hurting the dick or he's claiming he got hurt in the dick, give him some time and see, like, give him, not 5 minutes if you don't believe that he got punched in the dick, but give him some time to recover from getting fucking hit in the dick, or, just give a warning and then put them back together. All you have to do is like, hey, no punch in the dick. All right, come on. But he stopped it, and it made Ward's victory to some people not as legitimate as it should have been, because we knew, and I used to be a Kovalev fan, so, and I knew Kovalev was done at that point. So why not just give Ward that respect and that opportunity to finish him? To finish him without any doubts, because now people are like, well, it was the dick punches. It's not even like he beat him. But we know that, again, that body shot, and then there was like a right to the face that had hurt Kovalev. Kovalev was already hurt prior to the fucking dick punches. And I usually like Tony Weeks as a ref, but I thought that was fucking unnecessary. Give these guys these guys, the ones that are winning, or just give these guys an opportunity to either one destroy the other one convincingly, or not destroy, but beat them convincingly without having to have that on their on their resume, I guess, or on the memories of the fans, and then give the other guys some goddamn respect to be able to recover if they're gonna recover. Literally, like 5 more seconds is not gonna hurt them. 5 more seconds is not gonna hurt them from like anything stupid devastating. It just be like, let me see like 5 more seconds to see if this guy's gonna throw. If not, okay, I'll stop it. So that was just my rant. I just want to get on here and rant about that. I thought that was really dumb. And again, I hope this new stopping fights early as fuck persists.
So we can sleep in the living room.
We can.
Can you sleep there too?
Yes. So yeah, I just want to get on here and talk about that. If you guys disagree with me, let me know. If you guys think I'm being insensitive, because again, I know this is a very sensitive topic, because there have been fighters getting hurt over, punches. Even if it's not like a devastating punch at that moment, they basically pass out later on back in the locker room or whatever they call it, dressing room. So if I'm being insensitive, call me the fuck out on it. If you agree with me, tell me why you agree, because I thought that shit was stupid, especially the last fight. That fight should have been stopped before Koto went down again. I don't think, or at least do the fucking proper thing, because to me that was really weird. But again, I just wanted to rant because I feel like I have no friends, so I have to tell YouTube. Like, what the fuck? I don't have friends. I have YouTube, so I'm like, let me tell YouTube that I'm pissed about these refs this weekend, and I hope that it doesn't happen again. So, yeah. YouTube, literally, like, I don't have any friends. Y'all are my friends, so accept it. Accept my friendship, okay? Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm pretty sure most of you guys came here from Twitter. If you guys didn't, follow me on Twitter. What's my Twitter? LILYYKINSS. So, Lillykins to Wise. Lillykins to Wise to Ends. And on Instagram, Chicana.boxing. And I will be coming up with an article soon on Pacquiao and Thurman. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you for listening to my fucking ranting. And yeah, follow me. Bye.